Welcome to the Whiskey Chasers, where we talk about our passion for whiskey and its history, either amongst ourselves or while interviewing distilleries, all while enjoying a glass. I'm Steve.
I'm Nick.
And I'm Chris.
Please enjoy responsibly while enjoying this week's episode of the Whiskey Chasers.
All right, we got our last flavored whiskey. Still no Chris. I think we've come to the conclusion, Chris, that you would have had a fit.
We're pretty sure, Chris, if you were on these episodes, I don't think we would have been able to air them.
No. You might have thrown some chairs and tables over in your house. You might have just tossed them across the room had we done this there.
Yep. Now, one thing that we haven't talked at all about on any of these podcasts is we've been smoking during all of these, and we've switched tobaccos with each of them.
I'm curious on how that's all going.
And so far, nothing. We haven't commented on it because we had nothing to add. They didn't complement each other. They didn't help each other.
Did they work against each other?
They didn't help.
No.
They didn't hurt. They didn't do anything. It was like it wasn't there.
Yeah, so I'm not as knowledgeable or experienced as Chris is when it comes to types of tobacco, brand names, etc. So I brought a few different things. We had the Black Cavendish with the Old Smoky, and we've had a couple of other more neutral tobaccos with the Bird Dog and the Indiana Whiskey Company.
There was one you were excited to have with the blackberry, wasn't it?
Yes,
The cherry. As
Oh.
well. I'll take that back. Yes, the
Caribbean
Blue is what we had with the black cherry or blackberry.
Yeah.
Blackberry,
And that was unimpressive.
yeah, it didn't really do anything. But this is
This is
has
showing some
potential.
hope. Yeah. So, yeah, what is this? What is the actual brand on
this
it?
is a bulk tobacco called Very Cherry. It's a cherry Cavendish. I got it at Pipes and Pleasures.
And now, did they have the name listed, or did you have to
Yes.
ask? Okay.
Yeah,
This is not in Columbus.
Okay.
No.
Okay. Good.
So this one would be an enhancement. That's the idea. Since we're drinking what is it?
Black cherry.
Dark cherry.
Dark
Dark
cherry
cherry.
flavored whiskey. Now we're going to go with Very Cherry to hopefully kind of enhance the cherry. We'll see if that goes over the top or not.
Yeah. And you really like this idea of entry level stuff.
Yes.
Like that's a topic that you really enjoy. Cherry tobacco is most people's entry level, I feel like. For me, it was because I started smoking a pipe because I found my grandpa's pipe in the attic and I could still smell the cherry inside of it. Like cherry tobacco was the thing at a certain age. And I think it was just because they could smoke it inside. You know, their wives didn't care as much, whatever it was. But like cherry pipe tobacco, if you talk about your grandpa's pipe, he probably smoked cherry tobacco, or a lot of them did.
My first one was Paladin Black Cherry, and that was a goopy one for sure. But I didn't mind. I also like hookah, and that's a really goopy tobacco. But yeah, so Paladin Black Cherry, that was a pouch, but that's where I started off. So I've kind of always liked that, and it's not the only thing I smoke, but I try to keep a little on hand, put in the rotation. So
And this is one of those where like you can certainly smell the cherry in the room note. You can taste the cherry in the tobacco.
But it's not like a maraschino, like red jar cherry.
No, like a fresh cherry, Michigan cherry or whatever.
minus whatever tartness.
Yeah, it's more of the sweet cherry kind of flavor, but not like the artificial cherry weird red dye.
Oh, right. No.
Like the cocktail cherry,
Not
like
a
the ice
candy.
cream. Yeah, like the ice
Not
cream
cherry
sundae
candy.
cherry. Yeah. But speaking of dark cherry, we've got a local to Columbus. They're actually in Gahanna, just down the road from Mary and I. Not that far, actually. But they are a newer distillery. And Steve and I actually got to talk with rep.
Somebody there. I don't know who it was. Yeah, I don't know if it was this Tony, the founder, or if it
I don't
was
remember
somebody
who
else.
it was that we got to talk to, but we got to talk to him a little bit about their whiskey and flavored whiskey and got to try some. I think it was apple, maybe salted caramel or something like that we tried. And they are embracing the flavored whiskey, and they are leaning more towards that than just normal whiskey anymore.
So this bottle, the dark cherry, was their very first release. So this was before anything else. Usually when you think about a startup craft distillery, they're going to come out with a vodka or a gin or something because it's easy and you can get it out quick. For him, he was a home distiller. He did a lot of that kind of stuff. And what he was really known for, though, was his limoncello. He made a homemade limoncello, and it was very good, and people really liked it. Well, when he started out, limoncello has to age a little bit. There's a process to that takes a little bit longer. They bootstrapped it, so he didn't have this big bank loan.
Sorry, what is bootstrapped it?
Paid for it out of pocket.
Okay,
and so
is that like a common term?
Yeah, you up by your bootstraps.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, you're taking things in charge for yourself. So he didn't have a big bank loan or anything. So because of that, he could sit for a minute. He didn't have to come out with a vodka right away in order just to have something. He did use, and it was funny, I was listening to something to like research this, and it was about 5 years ago. And I'm not sure when Cleveland whiskey started really taking off and talking about stuff. But in this thing, he said that they used some creative aging to get the whiskey done faster. But he made a point to say it was not pressurizing. It was natural aging. So I'm assuming that means he probably used small barrels and maybe moved them around a little bit or something to get that aging done faster. It could be staves. But the dark cherry was the very first product they released. And then shortly after that was another one, and then the limoncello.
So I first met Noble Cut. I think I met the owner, even Tony, when I was managing at the Bogey Inn over in Dublin, when they were still,
which is real fancy all of a sudden.
Yeah, because it's no longer the Bogey. Yeah. That's a sad story, but they're no longer the Bogey. But I remember he stopped by with a few different bottles and had us try to bring it in. And I remember trying the flavored whiskey and going, this is kind of impressive for the time period. It was impressive. This would have been 2018. Around 2018 is when I was over there. So he was trying to branch outside of Gehenna and really get into other local cities. And I remember trying and thinking, this isn't terrible. We also had them come out when I was at Bristol. They came out and did their flavored stuff too there. But at that point, we're talking 2 years after, roughly. They were doing more of limoncello. They were focusing on their cellos. So their limoncello, they have an orange cello. I think they have a lime cello, maybe. Yeah. So they were really focusing on those, which was impressive. Those are really, really good.
I love limoncello.
Yeah, and they do a great job with it. Like for a local, not Italian, like that's an Italian drink.
Yeah, I had it for the first time this past March when I went to Italy. Yeah, for the first time. Yeah.
Did you have grappa at all when you're over there? I want to try authentic grappa. I've heard very interesting things about it. That's a whole nother.
Yeah, but I had some limoncello as a digestif after every dinner. Man, it was good. So we've decided it's going to be a staple in our house. Like we're always going to have a bottle in the freezer of limoncello.
Now, I will say the like more local you can get for limoncello, the better it is. Like the less like artificial sweet it tastes. So if you can
I've just been getting a couple of Italian brands.
There you go. Yeah.
But I'm super interested in trying Noble Cut.
Yeah.
Do they have it like everywhere?
Yeah.
Noble Cut.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh man. Okay. Well, I'm looking for that.
Take a look at. Yeah. It's a weird flow for them because they just came out with a vodka for the first time.
Which is so strange.
Yeah, it's weird to have a company starting in 2014
like
now coming.
Vodka?
Yeah, just a vodka, unflavored vodka.
That's the one thing they decided to flavor.
Flavored, but not the vodka.
Yeah, it's very weird. So,
okay.
Okay. All right. Mm-hmm. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, it seems like a weird place to go in after being in business for 10 years to now have a vodka, but they do, and they also have a second location up in Put in Bay.
I've never been to Put in Bay.
No? You're not missing much. Go to Gatlinburg. That's
I take it from both of you guys. Not that great. Dude, I'll go somewhere else.
Put in Bay's good. I mean, I liked Put in Bay fine when I was there, but But it's not like wild and crazy. It's kind of mild. I suppose if they're like
It's a college party place.
if there's some spring breakers up there, it could get kind of wild, I suppose.
Yeah.
But it's a place you could just kind of mosey around. And
Kind of like my mosey around.
and
Like
the ferry over is
Everybody's got a
nice.
golf cart.
Yeah.
So I can't walk around. I have to hop in a
Pleasant,
golf
but
cart.
not
Yeah.
exciting.
Okay. All right.
And not as tacky as
Not as tacky.
Gatlinburg.
There's a monument there.
So, not as tacky.
Yeah, like
We don't
a
have like
lighthouse
buffaloes or
too,
anything.
right?
Yep,
You
there's
can
a
go up in the
lighthouse there.
Anyway, but Put in Bay, huh?
Yep. So second
So-
location up there. So I'm excited to see how this is going to go with the cherry tobacco.
Ryan already took a sip, and I was looking at his face to see what the reaction was, and I didn't see much of a reaction. Like I was looking for like a
No,
negative,
it's not.
shocking reaction.
It doesn't.
In this particular series, a no face is a win.
Right.
So, this is my favorite one in the series.
For sure.
This gives me hope.
Yeah, the cherry is it is a dark cherry. It's like there's like a little bit of tartness to it, so it doesn't feel as like high fructose corn syrup cherry.
It reminds me of the Luxardo cherries, like the really fancy cocktail, like bar cocktail cherries.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
I can see that.
They're a very nice dark cherry.
The whiskey underneath is like good. There might be a little bit of cough syrupy kind of aspect to it, but it's not like it's just sort of hanging out.
It's in
not,
the aftertaste.
yeah, it's not off-putting
Right.
to me.
This ain't no NyQuil bird dog kind of situation. Here.
No,
And to me, this one has that medicinal kind of taste to it, but it has that because of the whiskey, and it's appropriate for the drink. Whereas the bird dog one, I felt like that was because of the flavor, and it was just a cough syrup kind of thing. Whereas this one, it's the combination of the cherry and the alcohol that's creating that medicinal kind of flavor, but it's sort of what you want in this.
you know, it kind of strikes me like every time I take a sip, there's like a moment, like just a couple of seconds in, where it feels like it sort of pops. It's almost like a gusher, like one of those fruit snacks with a little bit of liquid in the middle, where there's just like this couple seconds in, just like this bright flavor, if I could describe it that way, that just kind of pops for a second and then it's gone. And then afterward, there's like sort of like a very light flavor that remains in the aftertaste for me. It's not coating like the bird dog blackberry. It was like clinging, and like it just didn't go away. But this is like the ghost is just sort of hovering there, and it's not off-putting to me at all.
You know, it's interesting as you described it. I was like, it tastes way more natural than the bird dog. Oh, even more natural than the salty watermelon, which is odd to say because that seems very natural. The ones that we've liked out of this series that we've preferred have been natural. They don't use any artificial flavoring in their stuff.
They don't.
This is not
this
artificial.
is all like cherry juice.
This is all natural. Yeah.
I believe it.
Yeah.
That's got to be the key.
Right, because Indiana whiskey was natural, like the maple syrup, like the natural maple syrup to it. That's got to be it. Like
I think the naturals goes a long way, and because the artificial, one, it overpowers, and two, it's too sweet. It's artificial. It's fake. It's candy, versus this that is fruit.
could you see yourself drinking this on a beach or by a pool or like during a hot day with some ice?
Yes,
A little bit more
Over
with
the
this
other
one.
stuff?
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
Okay.
sure over the
All
other
right.
stuff.
I
Yeah.
could.
Still not a beach for me, but
Right.
if we're just hanging out outside or whatever during the day, I could go with this.
I think I could do this at the beach because I would feel okay about putting ice in there, and I could pour a taller one with all the ice too. It wouldn't be just like a finger. the ice would naturally dilute it just enough to make it like not too much at one time. I would say, man, this would be good on the beach or at the pool.
They also do a peach flavored one, which I was very interested in trying, but we've had a peach before. And so I was like, I don't want to get peach and go peach and peach. We've had those. We haven't had a dark cherry. I want to know what that's like. After having this, I want to go find the peach.
Yeah,
I would
I like
try
peach
other
a lot.
stuff.
Like I could sit and sip on this. For sure. Like it's welcoming for whiskey drinkers. It's very welcoming for whiskey drinkers. But it's also not too flavored to where it deters whiskey drinkers, and it's not too whiskey forward where it deters non-whiskey drinkers, in my opinion.
Yeah, this is the only one of the three that I would want to like sit and drink straight. The maple one, I don't think I'd want to drink that straight. I want to put it into something or put it onto something. The blackberry, I could only put into something. The watermelon, I just don't know what to do with.
That's the one that I just don't know
Yeah,
what
like I
that
said,
is.
maybe some Sprite or something. I don't know, but it's kind of it. This one, you could definitely put Sprite with this, and it would still be very good. Or or something like that, or club soda, that kind of thing.
Or going back to the OJ.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh
put some-
yeah.
Oh yeah,
throw
yeah,
this-
yeah.
Throw
Make a
this in
little.
OJ.
I guess it wouldn't be a screwdriver, but
Yeah,
yeah.
something similar to that. Yeah, that would be good. And a juice.
And for $33, not terrible.
No,
I mean, I'm paying at that point. I'm paying craft whiskey kind of prices, but still not terrible for a full proof flavored. I'll take it.
It's worth that.
Yeah.
And yeah, and you wouldn't at that price. You wouldn't feel bad.
No,
making
yeah.
some drinks with it.
So does this? It's I kind of had a slight knowledge slash expectation of this because I've been able to try their apple one. But do you think this bottle changes your perception for the rest of the series or the idea of flavored whiskey?
For me it lets me see the better side of it, like the less flavored. Like the the cherry is still very strong in this. Like this is still very clearly a flavored whiskey. There's no cherry wood here. This is legitimate cherry, added cherry juice flavor to this. And like that when you're drinking it. Like that's very clear. But it doesn't overpower and pass the whiskey itself. They kind of complement each other. I feel like finishings complement but kind of build on top of. They're building on. So it's a very good bourbon with this extra finishing, this port that's kind of mixed in with it, and it's part of it. Whereas this is whiskey and juice. Like they are separate things that are built on top of each other. But are working. It's working. The rest of these are just flavorings. I didn't taste any whiskey other than maybe the maple one.
Okay.
So this gives me hope that there is a way to flavor something and have it still let the whiskey be a part of it.
Yeah, it kind of makes me think a little bit of like Watershed's old fashioned mix.
Yeah,
You can just buy it in a bottle. They've got all the whatever it is mixed in there, so it's just like a pour over ice old fashioned ready to go. And I would say that's kind of what this is. It's a whiskey, but it's got something else mixed in there. It's like a cocktail ready to go.
It gives you guys hope. Fair to say, it gives you guys hope for flavored whiskey. But do you guys see a need or desire for that as a whiskey drinker?
I think Ryan, you hit it there in terms of just having a cocktail ready to drink. it's a good thing to just be able to throw this in the freezer and have it ready to go. And you can just come home, pour yourself a glass, and you're good to go. If you're looking for a cocktail, and I do think there's a place for cocktails. Right. So like, mixing stuff is okay, and I think there's a place for that. And this is in that realm. It's more in a cocktail realm than a whiskey realm.
You guys smoke pipes on here, right? I enjoy the smell of the pipe. I don't know nothing about the pipe, pipe tobacco specifically. Correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like there's a room in your guys' tobacco world, tobacco collection, I guess you could say, of things you smoke that you have sometimes aromatics involved, right? You may go for like a more flavored, not a flavored aromatic, but more of a nicer smelling aromatic for those around. Do you think, after trying all of these flavored whiskeys, do you think that fits the idea of a flavored whiskey fits that idea, more of the idea of the aromatic, or less of that?
I don't know what Steve would say, but like when it comes to like pipe tobacco, I would say no. Like the cherry Cavendish and black Cavendish that I smoke is still like leaps and bounds higher quality than bird dog blackberry. But maybe uh if we're thinking like cheap flavored cigars,
Okay.
like
Swisher Sweets or like
there's a brand called White Owl. You know White Owl? They're flavored cigars. They're not real high quality, and the flavoring is pretty artificial. I would say maybe those are definitely bottom shelfers. I would say those are maybe more comparable to the flavored whiskeys that we've had and didn't like. Maybe this one, the Noble Cut, might be more like a cherry Cavendish. And for me, smoking the cherry Cavendish with this, it actually, I think it's going well together. And I think for me, the cherry Cavendish doesn't come off as sweet with this. It feels a little more burleyish when I put these two together, which I never would have expected. Right. But I think that burleyish aspect is maybe complementing the sweetness of the whiskey more. It's more like it actually might go better with the whiskey aspect of the Noble Cut than the cherry aspect of the Noble Cut. I think it's like pairing. I think it's reinforcing the whiskey part, not the cherry part so much.
Yeah,
what do you think?
I think I would agree with that. I think they do kind of tones down the cherry in the cherry Cavendish, and I think that works well with it. For the pipe tobacco world versus flavored whiskey world, for me, most aromatics, the flavor doesn't really come through. The benefit to the aromatic is really the room note. And so I think that there is a lot with pipe tobacco that is for others than it is necessarily for you when it comes to aromatics in particular. Like, I don't know that you're going to taste that much different with an aromatic, but the people around you are going to be much happier that you're smoking that versus a heavy English. So that's kind of where a lot of pipe tobacco kind of falls apart, is the smell and the flavor don't necessarily match. And so you do a lot. The room note's incredibly important simply because of society. You have to make sure that your wife or girlfriend will let you smoke around them and that kind of thing. So it just doesn't have the same need isn't there for that. The type of tobacco, I think, matters more than the type of whiskey. And so
when you say type, like quality?
no, I mean like Burley's, Virginia's, Englishes, whatever it is. I feel like most pipe tobacco people kind of have one of those that they like a lot, and then they might play around with other ones, but they're going to be happy kind of in a spot. Whereas whiskey, we're kind of everywhere. We like rye, we like American whiskey, we like Irish whiskey. Or try it. If it's brown, I'll try it. So
This is the first, folks. This is the first time tonight during this recording that Ryan has poured a second glass.
that's right.
I think that says something about this one.
That shows it.
Yeah.
I'm ready for a little bit more.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know if the comparison is there for flavored whiskey versus whiskey and aromatic tobacco versus other tobacco, but I could see a world where I would want to have something like a Noble Cut on my bar and have it available.
For yourself or for others?
Either.
Okay. So the reason I keep bringing up the aromatics is, again, I don't smoke. I keep bringing that up. So I don't know what they taste like, but I know what they smell like, the room note, right? So in my head, not a single one of these bottles for flavored whiskey or any kind of flavored whiskey I would have in my collection would be for me. I'm past that, right? It would be for the room note. It would be for those that may not enjoy the tobacco or the whiskey, but they would enjoy the sweetness of a flavor. They may enjoy something a little bit more friendly or palatable, right? So that's why I keep asking about the aromatics. Is I don't smoke, I don't know what it tastes like, but I know the room note smells really good. I drink whiskey, and these don't scratch any of my itch. But as far as like a quote unquote room note for others, I feel like these flavored whiskeys would scratch an itch for that crowd, which is interesting to me because I don't know that there's many other vices, quote unquote vices, out there that have that have
something you're doing for others.
Yes, that provide an opportunity to do for others that kind of bring them along with something you enjoy without forcing them to actually
do it too.
Yeah. They get to kind of enjoy what you're doing along the way without being like, I feel forced to have to smell this. I like a good Burley. I like a good Virginia. I like the smell of those. It's not for everyone. Aromatics are like, we can fit the need of everyone else around us. Flavored whiskeys, like, we can fit the need of those around us. And that need, the people that want those and need those, they don't really care what it tastes like as much as those that really drink whiskey. Those that really drink whiskey and be like, holy crap, what did you fall on your head? They're like, what are you doing? Whereas those that don't really drink whiskey are going to be like, this is really, really good. I think that's why people like the Old Smoky, because they're like, man, tastes nothing like whiskey. This is fantastic. It says whiskey. I can say I drink whiskey because it's on there. Okay. All right. Yeah, I guess. I guess I can. I could.
You can roll with that.
I can nicely agree with that. I don't know.
It does say whiskey on the bottle.
Yeah, I mean, I can't argue with that.
Speaking of room note, can you smell the cherry Cavendish?
Yes.
Does it seem to enhance the experience of the Noble Cut for you?
I would say yes, but for me, it isn't the cherry that it enhances. It is more of the hardiness of the whiskey. I think I've got so much cherry smell going on with the Noble Cut that the smell that I get off of that is more of the hearty tobacco, which I like, and it kind of improves that. Maybe it's just all in my head, but it almost improves that whiskey flavor. So Ryan, why did you go after a second glass? This is the only one that you've gone after too.
Well, I didn't know how much more conversation we had, and I went.
He was thirsty.
I wanted to keep drinking. No, this is really nice. There's more going on here than there was with the others. Oh, I don't want to. I mean, I would guess I would lump in the Indiana whiskey too. But yeah, I mean, this is definitely something I'd put on like a good summer drink, to put on the rocks or whatever, and or drink neat. The quality level is definitely there, and it's they're not trying to cover up anything. They're having fun with a quality product.
I don't think that they distill their own whiskey.
Who's that?
Noble Cut, do they distill their own? Okay, I couldn't remember if they distilled their own or not.
Yeah, this is not a scam. And we didn't talk about the label, but this label is classy.
It is Class A. It's day Class A.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, just they've got some like gold leaf logo on there, and some of the lettering is gold leaf, and just the way sort of the minimalist label with the, yeah, I mean, it just, and I guess the word noble, kind of
Makes it
get
feel
you
noble.
thinking that way. But this is, but yeah, it's a classy label. Unlike Bird Dog, I think this lives up to its label and the marketing fits. Like, this is good. This is a quality.
So we've had 2 that are underproofed in the series and 2 that are foolproof. Steve, would you stick with the theory that the fuller the proof or the higher the proof, the more or the better it is? Or
No.
Okay, why not?
My original theory was that the higher proof would help the whiskey stand out against the flavoring. That is not what happened with Bird Dog. So for us, and I think all of us here agree on our top 2, being Noble Cut and the Maple from Indiana Whiskey Co. And both of those, and the Indiana one is underproofed, and the Noble Cut is full-proofed. What we agreed on, we think it's the natural flavors that is maybe what's doing it there. Now the Indiana one, I'm not going to drink that straight. Like, that's not one that I'm going to be able to sit on and have on ice. Like I said, for that one, I want to cook with it. I want to do stuff with it that I think will really enhance it and make it taste really good. And the Noble Cut, that one, I can drink it straight. I can mix it minimally. So I can do something like some sort of an old fashioned or a Manhattan or something
would be
like
great
that.
with this.
Yeah, this would make a great Manhattan.
Yeah.
And so something like that you can do where the whiskey still shines through. With Bird Dog and Old Smoky, I'm adding pop to those. I want to cover up the flavor. I want to add it to something else.
It needs to be diluted.
It has to have something else with it.
So with
in order
those
to make
2,
it go.
Are you just drinking to drink at that point, not necessarily drinking to enjoy?
If you're drinking it straight, yeah. For me anyway.
there were when I was in high school, we had a foreign exchange student from Russia, and of course we were in high school, so he wasn't allowed to drink here, and so apparently he like started drinking like mouthwash and NyQuil because it had alcohol content. To me, that's what I would say is like drinking salted watermelon neat. Like, if you're if you're just drinking that straight, like you're like one step away from just
true alcoholism. Yeah. Now, like we said, the Bird Dog one, I think that could really enhance some other things. If it just gonna take a little bit of it. You're not gonna want a full shot of that in a cocktail. You're gonna want a half a shot or a quarter. Just a little bit of it is gonna really enhance some other things. There's other things that can accomplish that same goal, but this can do it also. The salted watermelon, that flavor doesn't just lend itself to a lot of things. So maybe if there was other flavors of it, then maybe it would have some places to go. But do the Old Smoky peanut butter and the Bird Dog raspberry.
Razzmatazz.
And then there you go. You got them both.
Now, the 2 that we've enjoyed have been craft.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys caught on to that or noticed that.
I did, and I was trying to decide. At first, I was like, I wonder if this is just bias, just like us liking craft stuff better. But I don't think it is. I think that it's. I'm more thinking it's the natural flavoring, and maybe having some sort of a backbone to the whiskey, whereas the mass-produced popular ones are known only for flavorings, and they don't have a very good backbone, and it's all artificial.
I think it's ironic that you say backbone, because I don't think backbone for whiskey. I think the craft distilleries have a backbone for caring about what they put in it.
The people have
The people have a backbone of like, this is my product. Like, I want to put out a flavored whiskey because I may enjoy it. Like Tony, I enjoy flavored whiskey. I enjoy limoncello. I enjoy the flavor stuff. But I have a backbone to say there's a quality that needs to exist within this flavored whiskey world. It ain't Bird Dog. It ain't Old Smoky. It's got to be something else. And while this may be a little bit more price tag than those two, the quality speaks for itself. Yeah. Like, it's just hands down, like way better than those things. Like, mind blowing how much better it is.
Yeah, I mean, you want somebody, the person who's going to be able to supply the whiskey that whiskey drinkers want to drink is somebody who actually cares about whiskey themselves. Right. And it's abundantly clear, screaming loud, right in your face, clear that Old Smoky is not made by somebody who really cares about whiskey. I mean,
Bird Dog, we don't even know who makes it, who came up with it.
It's a marketer.
Yeah, it's just some marketer.
Although, why? Old Smoky, they make the James Ownby Reserve. So somebody over there is doing something. But like, why?
That reminds me a little bit of there are some in country music right now. It's very not right now. A few years back, 2010-ish, country music was bro country is what it was called. It was just the real poppy country. It was all backwards hats and pickup trucks. Like, that was what it was. Just a bear in the field, that kind of nonsense. They just had a truck and a dog. And it was all like really super plain lyrics. It was really poppy. It was just really trash music. But there were a few artists.
Like Old Town Road?
Yeah, just like that. Luke Bryan is an example of this. Luke Bryan, his radio stuff is nonsense. It's just your junk country, bro country stuff. But on some of his earlier albums, if you listen to his albums, he had really good stuff there. And so what it was is that country radio and the country music world was looking for this particular sound and thing. But if you got his albums, you got to hear Luke Bryan and what he wanted. So he mixed in some of this good stuff that he wanted to record and wanted to do. But then he also had all this popular pop nonsense that he had to do in order to be relevant. And I think that maybe Old Smoky is a little bit like that. If they have this other stuff that's really good quality and is out there, but they have to make their mass market nonsense in order to stay relevant.
Yeah, but this is like an album of like 9 songs that are like superficial throwaway songs, and one song is like a real song.
And that's what I struggle with is you've got Indiana whiskey and you've got Noble Cut that's embracing the suck, so to speak. And it's not in a bad way. They are embracing who they are. Their Noble Cut is embracing, we may not be able to sell our bourbon like we can our flavored stuff. So we're going to lean into what we know is good and we can really thrive at. And we're going to do more flavored stuff. We're going to embrace the suck of we are flavored whiskey. People may not want our normal bourbon stuff. That's fine because we do what we do very well and we don't have to maintain a relevancy to be popular for people to want to buy us. Yeah. Indiana whiskey, they do a bourbon, they do a bourbon, and they do a white corn, just a clear corn whiskey, right? But they've embraced the fact that their flavored stuff they do well, and people love it. They do that well. These other companies are like, it's Bird Dog, it might as well be Bird Shot. Like we're just trying to hit the masses at this point. Like we can't do one thing well, so let's just try to hit everything and do it mediocre enough for people to be like, $20, I can mix you. You know what I mean? Like that's really what it feels like, and I hate that. Like I wish that more people would want to care about what they're putting out versus how much they can put out. Because what they can put out is good. How much they can put out is okay.
I mean, they're selling a lot of it. So like obviously people are buying it. But having something that's easy to consume and do it doesn't mean it's a good product. It just means it's cheap and easy. It's available everywhere. It's the Walmart brand. It's, just whatever. And like it has a place for that. I can go anywhere in the country and get Bird Dog. I can't go anywhere in the country and get Noble Gut. And that's part of it. And if I could, if I could go anywhere in the country and get Noble Gut, I bet it wouldn't be as good because I don't think they could accomplish that same level of quality with that amount of quantity.
That's just a matter of facility size, though, right? Or do you think it's more than that?
Do you think you
I,
lose
I
quality?
think it's more than that. I think if you get too many people involved, you're now a big company, and like anytime something becomes mass marketed, it tends to not be as good anymore.
It almost loses its charm.
It does, yeah.
Like everyone has an opinion. There's too many cooks in the kitchen, and it loses that charm of small craft supporting the little guy kind of thing.
And it's one of those things where it becomes, if I can go to California and get everything I can get here, or wherever, anywhere in the 50 states, if I can go there and get it, and they say on the bottle it's a small batch, I don't believe you.
It's small to them, okay?
Yeah.
So like that's no longer real. And even if it is real, I don't believe you. You've lost the trust because there's no way that it can be.
You've lost credibility at
Yeah.
that point.
Yeah. And so like it's just not possible to me for that to be a real thing.
Well, where's the line? Because Jim Beam is everywhere, Knob Creek is everywhere.
It is,
but and they maintain the high quality.
Well, so here's the thing. I recently found Little Book Chapter 9. And it was one of the last two bottles. And I asked to buy a second one. I had to argue with the kid why I wanted a second bottle. And he scanned up the price and he looks at me and goes, "Damn, for that price, I hope it's good." And I had to explain to him, like, it is. And he was like, "Well, I know that Booker's and this are the same." And I was like, no. These are not the same. Like, he's like, "Well, they come from the same company and like they're both allocated." I said, "Yes." He goes, "So what makes this different?" And so explaining to him of like why Little Book was so different from Booker's, just explaining the hands-on involvement that goes into Little Book and the thought process and the creativity that goes into each one, and each one is different. His eyes lit up and he goes, "I bet that is worth the price tag then." So I think you got big companies that take the time to go, "I want to be involved," versus take the time to go, "How much will this sell for? And how much quantity can we get out?"
It's about money.
Yeah. And also though, Jim Beam has white label that is maybe not the best quality, but they can sell the crap out of it. And because of that, they have the money to be able to play around and do some fun things like Little Book. So Little Book is not mass produced. Little Book is not available at every store. Jim Beam is, but Little Book's not. So that's the quality difference within a larger company.
You want to know what made JTS Brown and JW Dant so sought after? Before Heaven Hill bought them out, they were like Kentucky only. Because they were made just for Kentuckians. It was one of those, it was almost like the Jim Beam white label for those specific distilleries. And then they were bought out. And it didn't change. Recipe didn't change. Quality didn't change. But it became more available. And people went after it even more. You want to know why they sold? Because the companies that originally owned them said, "We can't make enough money off of this. We're going to get rid of it." And they were just going to drop it. They were never going to bring it back. And Heaven Hill was like, no. Let us buy it out. Like, we want to buy this out because we think this deserves the light of day. It's that good. If we can keep the quality, if we can keep people caring about it, it deserves to be somewhere. I think that's what makes the difference. Like you're saying, it makes the difference within companies. Large conglomerates, large companies are the ones that say, that has a place. It may be $10. That's fine. We'll sell it for 10. We'll sell it for 15. We may not make a ton of money off of it. It's not about the money aspect at this point. It's about what that bottle stands for. It's the history that bottle involves. We want to care about that. And I think that's what makes these two, the ones that we enjoyed for flavored whiskeys, I think that's what makes the difference. As they said, we care about what we're putting into this. We care about the time that it took. We care about who we're putting it out to. The other ones were like, we got another flavor. It's shit. Literally dog shit. But hey, you know what? We're going to put it out. People will buy it.
You'll be too drunk to notice.
Right, exactly. Like you'll have no idea what we actually put in here. We're going to call it chocolate, but just be looking on the label exactly what it is we put in there.
And they won't tell you.
Exactly.
All right. Well, there's our world of flavorings.
There's flavorings. Would we do this again, gents? Would you be up for doing more flavored
I'll
after
get on the
this?
podcast again. I don't know if I'll.
Yeah, I mean, if we could be more intentional about aiming for the noble cut type flavorings,
Okay.
I'd like to try some more.
Okay.
I think that would be fun.
Okay.
But we'd have to be selective. Just showing up and being like, here are 4 bottles on the shelf that are flavored. I don't know. I'd hesitate to throw the net that far.
I think it'd be interesting to maybe do a side by side of the same flavor. So do like 4 of the same flavor, but of different companies, different proofs, different styles, and just kind of see how that lands. Because I do think that Old Smoky got a raw deal on this one because that particular flavor is just not very mixable. Now, I'm not saying that any other one wouldn't be also bad, but I'm saying that one
Just didn't
work.
fit.
It's not mixable in a lot of things. So because of that, it's really bad, and I don't have a lot of uses for it.
Can you make Jello shots out of that?
I don't know. I've never really tried Jello shots, but I'll bet you could. Well, it's underproof, so I don't know.
Oh.
I don't think I'd want it.
Yeah.
You don't want that?
No, I want some. I need something else to go with it to tone down that raw watermelon flavor.
I want to amplify that thing.
Well, just in that case, just rip it open and stick it right into a watermelon. You know how they do that?
Yeah, there we go. There we go.
Just fill a watermelon with it.
Club cookout idea right there.
Yeah.
Be sitting right beside the smoker. Anytime you guys want to fill up, just go for it.
There you go.
Yes. Well, gents, it's been fun. Don't know that I need more flavored whiskey in my life.
I don't think so. I think
I'm set with these 4.
Yeah.
Sadly.
So these are our summer drinks.
Yes.
And we'll see what we get into next.
We'll see what happens next.
All right.
Cheers.
Thank you for listening to the podcast. If you want more great content and other perks, be sure to support the show by clicking the link in the show notes. We can be reached on our website, whiskeychaserspod.com, with any ideas for the show. Thanks again.